And now let me welcome onto the field of 68 Duke point guard Jeremy Roach. Jeremy, we appreciate you jumping on and taking away some time for preparing for this NCAA tournament run. How you feeling, man? You ready for the dance?
Yeah, sir. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
You know, you're the ultimate veteran of this thing. It's crazy, right? Like it feels like you've been around forever. Give me the one thing that you've really learned over the years playing in NCAA tournament games and maybe even preparing for that first round game. If you had to tell somebody, which you probably have on your team because you got a bunch of freshmen, you know, what to expect, what are you telling them?
Really just to take it one game at a time. I mean, I think that's really the biggest thing, as cliche as it sounds, but like I know, like you see the brackets and everything, like you can see who's in your region, who you could play in the round of 32 and the Sweet 16, but like ultimately you got to take care of one game at a time because it's a one game season. And you know, young guys can kind of look ahead and maybe think that this team's not as good. They're a mid-major team, but like no, like there's a lot of mid-major teams that make runs in the tournament, and it's like it's not a series. It's one game, so anything can happen in that one game. So I think that's an important thing, and also just coming out aggressive too. Like don't lay back, don't like kind of work your way into the tournament. You have to like just kind of go all for it and really just lay it all out at the beginning and kind of work and kind of get comfortable with the tournament. So I think those are the two biggest things.
Jeremy, you guys went on a run where you won 19 out of 22 games there before the last game of the regular season, obviously against North Carolina, that didn't go your way. First game of the ACC tournament against NC State, that didn't go your way. How do you get this thing turned back around? How do you get back to what, you know, January and February Duke was?
I mean, I think you all remember the last time we lost 2 games in a row. The Georgia Tech and Arkansas game, we ran off, I think, 12 to 15 games after that. So I mean, we know what's at stake now. We know what we have to do is kind of just put our head down and work. Obviously, everybody's can doubt us and say whatever they want to say about us, but as long as the 15 guys in the locker room are all together and the coaching staff are all together, I think it'll work out for itself. And I think we've had our dark days and we've learned from our dark days. So I think it's time to really show out in the tournament.
You're one of those guys that I just feel like somehow you just underrated every year. You know, and this year you had probably the best year of your career. I mean, efficiency, you shot the hell out of it. I think you've been more comfortable in your role now.
Yeah.
How important is that for you now going into the tournament this year, especially with a couple guards on the perimeter, your backcourt mates that are still kind of finding their way, right? I mean, Tyrese Proctor was out a while. He's kind of been back now trying to figure out his role. And obviously Jared McCain was terrific as a freshman that has stepped up here, especially probably the second half of the season.
I mean, just my presence. I think just my confidence. I think that's the biggest thing. Just me having a strong face all the time, encouraging the young guys, especially when things aren't going the way that they're supposed to be. I mean, obviously in the tournament, it's always going to be ups and downs. You could come out the gates 10-0, and like how you respond from that. If they see me kind of shaking and stuff like that, not feeling confident, then their confidence is going to spiral too. So I think just for me being that steady, that poised senior leader that I've been all season, just continue to keep doing that throughout the tournament.
So, Jeremy, this is actually a first for us on the field of 68. Normally, as we head into the tournament, we get these PR pitches saying Grant Hill is working with this company. Do you want to have him on the pod? Or, you know, Charles Barkley is working with this company. Do you want to have him on the pod? When I opened up my email and I saw one that said Jeremy Roach is working with Raid, do you want to have him on the pod? I said, yes, absolutely. We got to find out what is going on here, man. So talk to me about what you're doing with Raid and talk to me about this experience being kind of a promoter in the NIL era in college basketball. It's different. It's new. We haven't done this before.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, partnering with Raid, obviously, because of my last name, I kind of want to keep that in the family. I mean, I know they worked with a couple. I know they worked with a Baylor guard from the girls team, obviously, too. So to kind of represent my name, my last name in that way through NIL is a big time thing to me for sure.
How has it changed for you though? Because when you came into college, there was no NIL. Yeah. And now it's kind of completely changed, especially this year more than, you know, last year it started, but this year you're seeing it with everybody, including your freshman teammates coming in and making money now. Like, what's it been like to watch the transition here?
It's been crazy. Just coming in for my freshman year, you're kind of just working on what the semester checks and stuff like that. So you go from that to actually getting brand deals and just getting different types of deals and stuff like that to where we're at now. I mean, it's crazy just to see the growth of college basketball and just the NIL space. I think it is long overdue. I think college athletes should have an opportunity to make money. But I still think at the same time, we should keep the main thing, and that's basketball. I mean, without basketball and without the skills that God gave you, I think it's really not. You wouldn't be in this position to get the money anyway. So I think just keeping the main thing, and that's basketball, and everything else will fall in order.
There's professional Jeremy coming back out. You can tell that this man has been trained by the Duke
Hey,
University staff.
Duster, that was Coach K, Jeremy.
True.
That sounded like that was Coach K telling you, and it's actually really cool. Rob, I know you got a question here, but going from K to Shire has to be one of the coolest things ever to be, at the end of a legend, right? At the end of a legend like that and playing for him, and then seeing Shire, the start of his career, his coaching career. And I've known John since he was 15, 16 years old. How cool has that been? And give me the biggest difference between the two. I know you've been asked this before, but like Coach K was pretty adaptable for an older dude. And obviously Shire is one of the youngest coaches in the country.
I think just being able to play for both of them, obviously for Coach K, just being able to play for him in this last couple of years. I mean, I mean, he's the GOAT. Like that's somebody you want to play for. That's somebody you want to have in your corner. And like just for those two, I'll say just when I tore my ACL, like those two were always in my corner. Like they were the first ones to call me when I tore my ACL and I was getting surgery, saying, "Oh, I got your back. Like you're still the guy for us." So like that kind of just had my confidence through the roof, and just my trust with those guys it's been at an all-time high. And then just going from that transition from Coach K to Coach Shire, I mean, it's been huge. I mean, obviously Coach K is who he is, but I think Shire is doing a great job at taking this job. I mean, I know it's probably one of the hardest jobs out, but I think he's doing a hell of a job of kind of controlling everything. I mean, he's like kind of the same. They kind of embody the same thing. He wants 110% every day. He's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And so, I mean, obviously he's been coaching with Coach K for a long time. So I think they kind of embody like the same type of style and hard work, leadership, giving 110% every day. And shortcuts.
I can't imagine the difference in practice going from a legend, probably the greatest to ever do it, and let's be honest, an intimidating figure, to John Shire, who's 35 years old and looks like he's still the 15-year-old that Goodman met back in Chicago in the high school days.
Yeah, I mean it is different, but at the same time, we're still here to have that common goal. I mean, the culture's still here. Just that winning culture, that hard-nosed, tough culture. I mean, it's still here, obviously. And Coach Shire, I mean, obviously he's trying to embody the same things, but obviously he wants to do some things in his own way. So I think it's been cool to kind of see the two differences of playing with those two.
Hey, you against Shire one-on-one. How many points does he get off you? How many?
Shire's, like a lot of people don't know, Shire's actually he's actually good. Like
I know he is.
I'm not saying that. I was surprised because I already knew how good Shire was, but like some people that really didn't watch the early 2000s and like 2010s when he made that run, I mean, like he's actually good. But I think I'm winning. I'm definitely winning.
How many? What's the final score?
If we go to 10, I say it'd be 4 he might have 4 or 5 points. I have 4 or 5 to 10.
He's got the size. He's got the size, Roach. That's the thing.
If it's make it, take it, then I think I got him over there.
Because he's not stopping you. He couldn't guard anyway. He couldn't guard back when he was 16. He couldn't guard when he was 20. He still can't guard Jeremy.
Yeah. He can guard a little bit, but just not me. It's not legal.
I just love that you're like, people don't realize that Coach Shire is actually good. Well, when he won a national championship that season, he averaged 18 points, 5 assists, 3.5 boards, and shot 38% from three. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's legendary right there.
Yeah, it is. I got one more for you, and this is the one where I'm going to try to get you to break. Okay, we're going to try to get DC Jeremy to come out here instead of Duke Jeremy. Who is the better guard to come out of that city, you or Randolph Childress?
I mean, we got to pay respect to pay respect to the OGs. But I don't know. It'd be tough. I think he probably have a different opinion. I probably have a different opinion, but I'm going with myself right now.
I'm going to play that for him. I'm going to play that for him.
I got a final one. Jeremy, I got a final one. The reporter in me. All right, the reporter in me, and I know you're going to duck me here, but I got to ask it anyway. You got one more year left. You got a COVID year. Are you going to use it?
I mean, I think I'm just focusing on this tournament. Obviously, we've had a kind of a tough two game stretch right now, and we got bigger things in store right now. Trying to get to Phoenix and stuff. So just worrying about that, worrying about my teammates and stuff, and just trying to be the best that we can be, and the rest will take care of itself.
There you go. Look at that. What an answer. He's a pro.
Totally.
Jeremy, been a pleasure, man. Thank you for jumping on with us. Make sure you go buy some Raid, right? Is this the first time that you ever gotten an NIL deal off of your last name? That's got to be a first, right?
It is a first for sure.
Love it. Hey, I use Raid. I do. I'm not lying. I use Raid. I got a bottle downstairs that I use every summer here in Boston, Newburyport, Mass.
You definitely got to use your Raid in March, though. Shout out to Ray.
Yes, use it in March too. That's right. Use it in March. Use it in June, July, whatever it is. In March, you can use it down in Carolina. Like up here in Boston, you're probably not using it until at least April.
We're in the South, so if I see a roach, I'm spraying it in the corner, and it'll help prevent it for like up to 6 weeks. So we'll be all good.
There you go. Look at that. You got to get those promo materials in there. I use Raid. They probably don't say to do this on the bottle, but I use it in March whenever Jeff Coney gets annoying. I just give him a little zap with that. Listen, Jeremy, this has been a pleasure, man. Thanks for jumping on with us. Field of 68, Jeremy Roach, go buy some Raid.